Stop fucking up my favorite game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hometown TCG. You guys know me, my name is Josh. And we gotta talk about the ridiculous channel fireball deals going around. And I gotta say, I've always been able to be grateful to be able to bring a unique perspective to YouTube. As someone who doesn't own a store or have a distributor relationship or anything like that, I've always been able to approach flesh and blood issues and flesh and blood topics from the point of view of the player, of the general consumer, of someone who just loves and just jams flesh and blood. But last night, I saw something that just blew me away. It threw me over the edge, and frankly, it pissed me off. I've been a let this play out guy for probably the last year since I've been making flesh and blood content. I've always leaned into the thing, there are things behind the scenes that I don't understand, that we don't understand as players and consumers, so I'm going to lean my trust in and let this play out. However, this is playing out, and I'm sick of the way it's playing out. It's really pissing me off. I don't love this. And what threw me over the edge was last night, offered a bundle that came to me on my Facebook feed as I'm scrolling on my phone, came to me on my Facebook feed, and it was 6 boxes of Flesh and Blood. And I don't want to break down the boxes. The fact that they're selling first edition boxes below what they're supposed to be selling, that's not news. I don't care about that. But History Pack 1 was a box available in this bundle. The History Pack 1, which is not released yet, which is out and meant to inject Flesh and Blood, inject this jump start of a product into a community that doesn't already have it, is currently available through a bundle on Channel Fireball. And I now am lucky to be partnered with one of the premier Flesh and Blood dealers in the Midwest. I am partnered and sponsored by Min-Max Games, which means I finally have a peek behind the curtain, and I know about how allocations are dished out, how many products are being allocated, what these large vendors are able to get their hands on. And Min-Max Games asked for 500 boxes of History Pack 1. They knew they weren't going to get 500 boxes, but here's why they did it. Min-Max Games had a plan of ordering as much History Pack 1 as they were able to get their hands on, opening the product, and selling the singles cheap at a loss to get players involved in the game. The hope was to break even. It was likely they were going to take a loss, and they were okay with that. That was the plan. And they asked for this product so they could get it into the hands of all the players. Mind you, a game store that has no history of hiding products from players, upcharging, upselling, nothing. This store was given 4 boxes. And other stores that I regularly play at, and I helped build the scene of awesome, just incredible, devoted people coming and jamming Flesh and Blood in these armories, got 0 boxes of History Pack 1. Meanwhile, Channel Fireball is able to sell 43 boxes right now before the product is released, and this to me is ridiculous. I was willing to wait for FaB 2.0. I said there's contracts. I was willing to wait after Monarch, after Tales, after Everfest. I was willing to wait and say these things need to take time to change. We need to take time and change this. Well, the time has happened. History Product 1 wasn't even announced until Flesh and Blood 2.0, the big and awesome announcement that Ellis has put out. But that means that Channel Fireball has a larger allocation of a highly allocated project than one of the premier FaB dealers in the Midwest, and all of the local game store scene. All of your local game stores are not going to get 40 boxes of this product. They're not going to get that. And Channel Fireball has that and is releasing it out there to people willing to buy their $400 bundle at $72 for that box. This does not make sense to me. This broke me last night. I could not handle it. I can't handle the fact that an awesome game store and other awesome game stores that I'm not even partnered with, that I just go to play at all the time, can't get their hands on this product. They can't get stuff from distribution. And when they do, because Channel Fireball is selling it so cheap, they can't make a dime on Flesh and Blood product. So it led me to ask myself, if I'm a new game store And I want to build a Flesh and Blood scene. I'm passionate about the game. I like it. I love the player base. With Channel Fireball selling boxes below what I'm allowed to sell them at as a game store, how do I build a scene? How do new people get into Flesh and Blood? I've been asking this question for the last 3 months on this channel, and I'm so hyped for Classic Battles. I think it was a great entryway. But if these game stores can't build a scene and can't build a player base, nobody's got anywhere to play. So that's the problem. And this is the problem with people saying, oh, all products should just be free. Sooner or later, I know this is going to be a hot take, and people are going to be pissed about this, but it doesn't matter. These businesses, these game stores, have to make some kind of money on this product. They have to keep their doors open. They have to pay for tables and chairs and lights and AC and heat so we can gather and play this game in the flesh and blood. And with Channel Fireball constantly fire sailing all of these products well below what your and my local game store are allowed to advertise and sell the products at, how is a company supposed to build a business? If they can't build a business, how are they supposed to build a scene? If they can't build a play scene, how is our player base supposed to expand? That is our goal throughout all this. It always has been, was for our player base to grow, to continue to get more people in love with what I believe is the best game mechanics currently available. It's not even close. It's not even an argument. The Flesh and Blood is just the best game. It's incredible. But if we can't build a scene, if we can't have game stores and your local, your LGS and things like that, have a business model and make money selling people FaB and then you enjoying the price you're buying FaB at from your game store, we can't have a scene. If we can't have a scene, we can't have a growing player base. We can't have a growing player base. We can't have a game. Guys, and I don't know if you know this, I spent a good amount of time and resources of my own over the last year just loving this game and making content and building this collection for this game. And to see one company aggressively just attack that aspect of my life is just starting to be ridiculous. I don't understand. That's my big question, my big takeaway from all this is if Channel Fireball continues and nothing changes, right? Which the History Product 1 allocation, the fact that it's being offered on Channel Fireball at all, let alone already and at that quantity, sent me through the roof. But if this continues, how? How can we grow our game? How can the local scenes begin to expand? How did local scenes that don't exist spring up? How is that possible? We need a center. We need a localized location for these places to play. So guys, these are bad markers. This has to be fixed. This is not positive for Flesh and Blood, but leave it to the big homie Dennis, hometown TCG Dennis, to when I'm in the droves of negativity and trying to be like, what I'm trying to wrap my mind around just the atrocity that's being committed by these prices at Channel Fireball and what it's doing to budding local scenes that haven't had a chance to be created yet. He points something out that's really interesting. Now, Channel Fireball, again, has an Uprising pre-release. So they are not pre-release, they're pre-selling Uprising boxes at $99 a box. And I'm not here to argue about the price of the pre-sale. If it's high, if it's low, that's not the point of this discussion right here. But they're pre-selling it, and it comes with a Monarch promo. Let's forget that they should be out of Monarch promos. The promos are supposed to be when people buy your boxes. They're supposed to aid in the selling of this product to the consumer. You should have no more Monarch promos. But since you do, you're shipping it out with an Uprising. And hometown TCG Dennis made a great point. If Channel Fireball is offering a pre-sale of Uprising with a Monarch promo, there is a chance, and there's a light at the end of this tunnel, that LSS said, no promo for you. They said, hey, Channel Fireball, we don't like how you're treating us. We don't like how you're treating these people. We don't like how you're treating the community. No promo for you. And if that's the case, I have some markers for success in Flesh and Blood's future that's going to take the control of this game away from one single entity, one single company. Channel Fireball agnostic, no one entity should control the success of something I care so deeply about. So as we pull that control away, if we see Channel Fireball maybe get some of this product, but then pre-sell and come close to selling out, and then maybe they drop their pricing down to whatever, map pricing, or $80 or whatever it's gonna be, and then we see Channel Fireball actually sell out. Now, I don't care if they sell out by dropping their prices. If they have a limited amount of product and they drop their prices to almost nothing to sell out, I don't care. If they have all of the product and they drop their prices to almost nothing and sell out, that's not as good, but at least then the game stores might have a chance to come back. But I want to see them sell out. I want to see LSS say, you've had enough. You have enough product. The rest of this product is for the scene. It's for the player. It's always for the player, but it's for the local game store. It's for these pods of people around the world, not just the United States, around the freaking world, playing Flesh and Blood. That's where these products go to. And you know what? They won't sell as fast. They'll sell slower. And that's going to be, LSS is a business. That is going to be a hit. But we need control of our game back. Control of our game does not belong in the hands of Channel Fireball. It does not belong in the hands of any single entity. And until this moment, until, like maybe the Monarch and Tales release, it wasn't. It was very open. But since Monarch, it has felt like control of Flesh and Blood has shifted to Channel Fireball, and that is not right. We deserve better as players. We deserve better as a community. We need to take control back. I want to watch out for these signs of success in the future. Again, I want to see that sell out. I don't want to see an Uprising promo available to Channel Fireball. I think those will be my success markers that I'm looking for. I'll probably talk about those a lot more on this channel coming up. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, thanks for listening to me. I normally err on the side of calm, just positivity, but this is ridiculous. It needs to stop. Give us our game back. I meant what I said in the intro. Stop screwing with my game. Stop screwing with my community's game. It's not right. We want to play this game. We want to enjoy it. We want it to grow. We don't want you to kill it. Until next time, guys, you know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around.